Hi there everybody. In this video I'm going to show you how to create a native app, a desktop app for Facebook for approval and use inside your Facebook marketing software that you might be using that requires a custom app by you. So let's get started. The first thing, go to developers.facebook.com and then you will see a screen sort of like this one, and there'll be a menu called My Apps. Click on My Apps, then click on Add New Apps, and this will show you another dialog which will ask you to put in your name. This is the app name actually, and the contact email, your email. So type in your app name, so maybe I will call it random app 01 or whatever you want to call it, and click on create app ID. This will assign a numerical app ID, but first you might be asked to put in a captcha, so do that. So once that is done, you will see a screen like this, and there click on settings, click on basic, and the first thing you need to do is put in your privacy policy URL, because now Facebook asks you to put in a privacy policy URL for every app that you create if it posts to public. So you need a privacy policy URL here, and this can be any URL from any website that you have. That's privacy policy. Or if you don't have a website, then you can create one on a blog and link to this. It's perfectly fine. Put in your email here. The app name is already here. You can see the app ID and the app secret. We'll need it later. And the terms of service URL is also required, so put in the terms of service URL too. Again, if you don't have a website, just put it on any domain, any WordPress or blog domain, and link to it. Then you will need to specify what are you going to use this app for. So you can either use it for your own business, and that's your use case right now, or you can use it to provide services to other businesses. You're not going to do that, so click on support my own business and then click on save changes. Alright, so that has been done. Then click on advanced and you'll see some advanced settings there. The first thing is it a native or a desktop app? Yes, it is. It's a native or a desktop app. You're going to use it in a desktop based application, so mark it yes. And then go down, turn off social discovery. You don't really need it, and just do a little more review of any other setting that you might need to change. The next thing, make the app public. Click over here, turn it into a public app. You can see that it's asking you to select a category, so select any category that's applicable to you and click on confirm. This will make the app public and available for use. But first, of course, you need to save your app first. So now the app is public, it's live, and it can be used on the pages, but our work is not finished yet. Let's go to products, click on products, and you will see Facebook login. So click on setup, and this will set up Facebook login. And just ignore all this stuff, go straight to settings, and here you can set it up. So we need client auth login, yes, so it should be turned on, which is correct. You don't need web auth login, so turn it off. And you don't need HTTPS anyways, because it's a part of web auth, it's already grayed out. And then if you scroll down, you should have yes, it's right over here, embedded browser OAuth login. So you need to turn it on because applications mostly use embedded browser OAuth logins. So all of that is okay now, all of that is set up already. Click on save changes and that should be it. Yes, it's done. So this is how you set up your app, but there's one more thing pending. You need to go to app review, and here you can see that the app is currently live and available to public, but some Facebook integrations require approval before public usage. So depending on what you're doing in the app, you will need to start a submission. So if you're using things like manage pages, these are permissions like manage pages, publish pages, all the things required to post to a page. You need to submit your app, so click on start submission. And you need to select what permissions you need. So those permissions should actually be listed in your help, in your application help somewhere, or you should be able to find it inside your application or around your application. But typically you will need manage pages and publish pages if your application is publishing to pages. There are other permissions here, you can read them, but probably you won't need them. Alright, so once you're done, click on add 2 items or whatever number of items you are adding, and then you can see that you've got two places, two little boxes to add details. Now this is gonna be a little typical because what Facebook expects you to do is ask you to create a screencast detailing how you are gonna use the app. So you will need to show how you will use the app inside your web page, inside your Facebook. So you will need to first demonstrate how the app will connect to the Facebook page that you're working with and how it's gonna publish to the page. So all of that should be done, and you will have to do it very carefully, making sure that you explain all the steps, and you will need to explain how exactly are you going to use the app for. So what kind of content you're publishing, all of that will need to be done. So when you click on add details, you will see a dialog which asks you some questions. So typically you will go for this: let people publish content or respond to posts and comments as a page. You will always need this, and you can click on other for here. If it's needed, then you can click on other, but otherwise you won't need to because it's a native app. Then finally you will need to upload the screencast. So make a video using your favorite screencasting software, choose the file to upload and upload the screencast. Once you're done, click on save, and then Facebook will put your app in approval. It can take some days. Meanwhile, you can still use your app with your developer ID, but some of the features provided by Facebook might be restricted.